نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي يا رب صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. My respected elders, young brothers, friends, today at this very moment we are sitting in the session of Q&A which takes place every Wednesday. Brothers come up with so many questions. Sometimes the questioners are very furious when they're asking questions. In our today's session, we received some questions from brothers. The foremost question of today's session is, how do I stay consistent when studying ilm? And any tips on sarf? Sometimes we think, I want to achieve this. When it comes to a religious matter, we want it instantly, there and then, and it should happen to us straight without us struggling, putting any effort. Little example, if somebody wants to offer his 5 daily prayers, so he will ask, now I want to offer 5 daily prayers, how can I be consistent in this? Well, I can tell you one thing, if you want to come close to Allah and if you want to do something good, you have to fight yourself. You have to fight yourself. I mean, no alim, no scholar will give you any wazifa and you will read it and it will happen to you. No, it won't happen like this. You have to have power and you have to be strong, whether you're studying ilm or whether it's something else. And you ask him some tips on sarf. The tip is, just put your head down and just memorize it. This is the tip. You just, when you're studying, you have to put your head down and you have to study. Then you will get some knowledge. If you say you want to and you want to seek the knowledge, both things can happen at a time. Can a woman take her husband's name after marriage, meaning surname? Yes, it's the ulama, she can do it. Nothing wrong. My son is 12 years old and has puberty hair. How is it best to deal with this? Well, privately explaining, telling. The question is, how do we start the conversation Islamically? Take some inside and nobody's there and explaining these things. Now the harsh. Why have all the young people vanished from Leeds Islamic Center? There used to be a good atmosphere around 6 months ago, but it's gone very dull and quiet. I think your vision is a bit weak. If you see dull, I can't see dull. Now, it continues by saying, now listen to this again. He says, why is it so formal inside the masjid? And signs all over. No football, no talking, it's wrong. How can young people be expected to in that these people, they want to see this masjid a playground, a wrestling ring, football pitch. They say these signs to them are very formal and they shouldn't be here. When they go to school, they have so many signs. They never object. And they are objecting on the masjid here. Because these people, when they come to masjid, they want to talk in the masjid here. They want to do the dealings in the masjid here. And they don't want the imams to say anything to them. They want to do all the dealing in the masjid. They want to talk. They think we are free when we come to masjid. When you go to the school, college, you're not free there, but when you come to masjid, you are free. You can do whatever you want to do. No, you can't do that. This is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are rules. By lowering your voices, remaining silent in the masjid. Worship Allah, to do the recitation of the Quran. You don't sit in groups and you chat, you talk about worldly things. Who said to masjid, the youngsters are gone? Those who used to talk here, and when they were told of don't talk in the masjid, if they are gone, they should go. Who's stopping them? This is the house of Allah. Nobody has a right to stop you from coming to masjid. But if you don't want to come to masjid, don't. So many there are complaints here, used to be here, that the youngsters are at the back of the talk. When people are engaged in their worship, in their ibadat, they're offering their prayer and you standing at the back, you're talking. You come here to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you come here to displease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you want us to allow you to play football here? You want us to allow you, to wrestle in the masjid here? You want us to allow you to just stand there and talk to one another and just do the reading in the masjid here? This is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're not allowed to do all these things which you want to do. You're not free in the masjid. You are in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you have to abide by the rules which have been set up by Allah and His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the rules are, you come into the masjid, you remain silent. You come into the masjid, you don't come into the masjid, you engage yourself in the zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the purpose and the objective of the masajid. They're not here that you play football. I don't know why you become so furious at those signs which are outside. There is a hall there. This is not a sports center. This is not a sport hall. This is a masjid. If you want to play, there is, alhamdulillah, they go sports center there. Go there, book it, and play there. You have an objection in schools when you see those signs, but you have objection here. On Tablighi Jamaat, there is this argument, this person very furious, he's asking. He asked about the Tablighi Jamaat. What does Islam say about biting of nails? Don't cause any harm to your own health. Hygienically, when you bite your nails, and sometimes in the nails, the dirt, it gathers, and it's not right. So, to cause any harm to your health, Islam does not allow you to do this. So, it's not right to bite your nails. Is it allowed to work in care home? Care worker might need to help in changing clothes. Male and female people. The Muftiyan Karam just say it's not allowed. And somebody asked this in Urdu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala के आशिक की क्या पहचान है? how can we know that this is the Ashik, the lover of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If you read the books, the ulama have given many definitions. In the presence of Hazrat Maulana, Dr. Sahab, I would say Ashik of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is he, who gives preference to the hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over everything. He is the Ashik of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Reference, priority to the hukum of Allah over everything. Then inshallah, then you'll know that he is the Ashik of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because he loves the command of Allah. He loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this reason. When the hukum of Allah comes, he puts everything behind and then he puts the hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in front of him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this majlis. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim wa tub alayna innaka antat tawwabur rahim. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.